was kind of weird though because I was kind of fearful for you. I
Why?
don't know if Asha knows this, but
Oh yeah, I know.
yeah, it was like three other girls besides Asha there and myself. I was,
See, so those are the days where I was just a loose cannon.
What's up, real ones? Welcome back to the Real Relationship Podcast, where we're bringing the real back to relationships.
Yes, sir.
I'm Asha Steele.
And I'm Devin Steele.
And we're so excited that you guys are tuning in today with us.
Yeah, man. Today's going to be a good one, but it's going to be a short one because it's the night before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We're finally going to try to do things on time by cooking all our desserts the night before Thanksgiving.
Prepping the other food.
Because every other year, we be waiting till last minute. We don't finish our food till 4 or 5 in the evening?
Yeah, but I don't really like eating 2 in the afternoon. Some people be eating all day though. I like picking at the food all day.
Yeah,
but I don't want to sit down and eat Thanksgiving dinner at 2.
I think 2 o'clock is early, but I think 6 o'clock is late.
So 4.
What you think? You ever been over somebody's house? You go over somebody's house for Thanksgiving, and you show up all right, I'm gonna show up late because they're gonna take a while with the food. You get there around 5:36, and the food not done, and it's just yo, what have y'all been doing all day?
They've been getting it together.
No, they've been BSing all day. That's why it's so late being cooked.
Nah. It depends. No,
that's how we usually are. We don't eat until 6 o'clock, and it be killing me inside because we be starting late. So tomorrow, we're making a change before New Year's. You know what I mean? And we're going to try to get our food on the table by at least 3 o'clock. What you think about 3?
It should be ready by 3. I don't know if I'm be eating dinner at 3, but yeah.
Girl, you gonna eat the whole day.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving your favorite holiday.
It definitely is. But before we get into today's episode, you guys, we wanted to talk about, of course, our Just Keeping It Real moment. Do you want to start? Or should I start?
You got one?
I
gotta think of one. I'm gonna think of one. While
I have a Just Keeping It Real moment, you guys. Okay. And mine is, okay. I don't want to throw my husband under the bus.
Then don't.
But
okay,
I am.
I think I gotta just keep it a real moment for you guys.
Yeah, sure you do. But I am going to throw him under the bus right now because y'all, since we've been in quarantine,
goodness.
Since we've been in quarantine.
This tit for tat, because I feel like you're about to try to get me back for what I said last week.
No,
and that's not good when it comes to the 7 principles of making marriage work. So before you do this to me on camera, just think about what we're teaching people, how they shouldn't do tit for tat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. Thought about it, and I'm still doing it. So since we've been on quarantine, this man has been on YouTube, okay, you guys? And he has become an electrician, a carpenter.
Okay, I like where this is going. I thought it was bad.
He has tried to become the jack of all trades.
Yes.
Now, recently,
yep.
I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of the, little projects that he started have been turning out pretty well. So,
a backyard cost us about $3-4 grand though.
To that, yeah, you messed up the yard, but he don't have a green thumb, but it's okay. But what I must say is you definitely have, had your projects that were a success.
Right. Which one were those? Hold on. Before you try to clown me, tell me the successful.
I mean, he
DIYs I had.
He was good at painting.
Okay. What I paint?
He painted the kitchen.
The cabinets.
The cabinets.
Okay.
You did our door over, and there's other things that he was painting.
Let's talk about the backyard
gym.
thing, the privacy fence I made.
Okay, well, this ain't
the gym.
Just Keeping It Real. This is mine.
No, the chandelier in Aria's bedroom.
That's great.
The bathroom cabinets. I just want to say the good before you told the bad.
This is not what the Just Keeping It Real is, okay? We ain't gonna put so much shine on the good, you guys, because the Just Keeping It Real moment is this man thought he was an Apple employee last week, okay? And took apart an entire computer.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I don't even know why. Trying to do stuff with the hard drive, maybe clear it up.
No. I was trying to change it from having a hard drive in our iMac to having an SSD, which will allow the computer to work a lot faster.
Yeah.
So what I did was I went on YouTube like I do for all my projects, and they made it seem so simple. And it was simple, right? I took off the screen. I took out the hard drive. I put in the SSD card. And all I had to do was turn it back on, and
No, it wasn't that simple.
It just didn't turn on.
It wasn't that simple. This man took apart an entire Mac computer that had nothing wrong with it, really. And now it won't turn back on.
I still got time. I'm just letting it rest right now.
Yeah. So I say all this to say, right? Right? It's great to pick up a new trade. It's great to, have a little DIY moment. But if you know that is not your skill, sir, I'm going to need you to take it to the Apple Store and let them do what they get paid for.
Listen, there's not too many things in this world where I feel like I can't do. And
that is one of them.
Even if you fail at doing something, as long as you learn the lesson in that failure and you move forward, then it's not really a failure.
You gonna learn the lesson when you go back to the Apple Store and have to purchase another computer.
I'm not, because if I can't fix that, then I'm...
Yeah, no.
If y'all are interested in a 2016 iMac, I believe it was an 8 gig, but I boosted it to 32 gigs. She ain't talk about that. It's a late 2000.
But it still won't
chill.
turn on, so the boost
There's
don't
some
matter.
people that watch our podcast that are into computers, so you'll know how to fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, I may not know how to fix it, but just hit us up. Email us, shoot us a DM. We can work on something.
Yeah,
man.
help.
So I don't gotta hear her mouth.
Help him,
But my next DIY project that she didn't tell you about is I'm climbing to the top of our roof and I'm hanging our Christmas lights.
That should just keep in a real moment, because we not even going to touch on this. That we can talk about a whole podcast when we come back from the emergency room after you get down off that roof.
No. You know what? I don't even have a just keeping a real moment. My just keeping a real moment is listen to me. Listen up. In order to get things accomplished in life, you're the only person who needs to believe in you.
Don't listen
to what your spouse says. Don't listen to what your partner says. If you believe in you, you can get it done. And I will get this done, just like a lot of you DIYers out there. Mm-hmm. We took this pandemic into our own hands and we decided to get better.
Touche.
To become more handy. To become more hands-on. Mm-hmm. And when we do something good for our wives, they all excited. Oh, I can't believe you just did this for me. And then when you do something wrong, they throw it in your face. This is what I deal with.
The lesson of today
and this week is all about being thankful.
You guys, the lesson of today is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Sometimes you got to upgrade.
Don't fix it. Okay. So
you just hold on.
along,
Time out. If we're gonna go off that principle, why did you just upgrade your phone?
Because it was broke.
No, it was cracked.
It was broke.
You could have fixed the screen.
Wasn't working.
No, absolutely not.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Not.
So moving right along, because we are in the holiday spirit, you guys.
Yeah.
And
you just took me out of it.
And so I have a question before we get into the podcast. So I want to know, what does the holiday season mean for you? Like, what do you think about when you think about the holiday season?
To be honest, I mean, I'm sure you feel like this too, but I feel like this holiday season is a little bit different. Like before's, to me, it's like whether you're talking about Thanksgiving or AKA Family Feast Day, because I don't really like using the term Thanksgiving, or Christmas, is for me is just getting around family, being able to share that quality time together, because a lot of times throughout the year is like extremely busy, and these to me are like dedicated days for your family where you have a chance to just slow down, stop working, and just focus on being with your family. And since we can't travel back to Delaware and be with our family, it's a little bit different, as I'm sure it is for a lot of people. But we just try to make the best of it. Just try to enjoy each other's time with our immediate family and just, try to create memories. And I also know for a lot of you guys who are listening, it's hard for you too. You may be living in a different state from your family, or, maybe you've lost somebody this year and it's going to be your first year without them at the table. It's a difficult time, but we just learned you got to make the best of a difficult situation. And although things may not be going right in your life right now, I'm pretty sure you still have a lot of things to be thankful for in your life. So we just try to focus on those things and just, us being healthy right now.
Yeah, I think that's very true. Like you said, it looks holiday season looks completely different.
Yeah.
This year, and it is hard just because being away us being away from our family literally almost an entire year.
Yeah, I haven't seen my parents in a year, man.
Yeah, it's been like extremely hard. You just, you want to gather around these times, and just thinking about past years when you were able to have certain dinners together and just being around them and just all, the good times that you have. It's a huge adjustment. But I still look forward to this season because I feel like it does.
Eat. You look forward to the food.
For Thanksgiving, I just feel like this time of year, especially because it's all about, coming together, doing for others, just being around your family, creating those memories. And so it's just about trying to make that shift for me and still be able to create those memories and those moments, because I feel like one thing that we've learned, or I've learned especially, is how to not take time and things for granted.
Yep.
Because this pandemic has definitely shown us that. So just being able to still be able to create those memories and just take advantage of the time that you have with your loved ones that you are around, and making the adjustments. Like, my aunt had texted me today, and she was like, she's setting up a Zoom call for tomorrow for Thanksgiving, just for us to, like, whoever to hop on, I guess.
Was I not invited because I didn't hear about this Zoom call? She
literally just texted me like maybe an hour ago.
So I wasn't invited?
I mean, we're in the same household, so if I'm on Zoom, you're on Zoom.
All right.
Oh my goodness. But no, I'm just saying, like, just doing things like that, like, how all the birthdays, everyone's birthday, we get on Zoom or whatever the case may be. But just still trying to make adjustments so that you can still, embrace family and talk to them and kind of be around them, even though you can't physically be there. So, that's what I'm looking forward to. Just still trying to create those happy memories to look back on.
Yeah. So, she didn't tell you that. Obviously, her favorite part of the holidays is the food, right?
Absolutely. Okay. So, absolutely.
So what you throwing down for us tomorrow then? Go ahead and give them a list.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. But no, you guys, we are going to have a full spread. We're going to have a full spread. So we got some turkey, some ham, some collard greens, mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, stuffing, gravy, rolls, what you want, name it. Okay. We got I'm making 4 different desserts.
Okay. What dessert you making?
So I'm making a sweet potato pie, but the pie that I'm going to be making is vegan. Because for my sister.
And that's why I bought a patty pie.
Yeah, he loves patty pies. But I'm making a vegan sweet potato pie, which I feel like it would be good.
I'm not trying it.
Wow. I'm going to try it.
I'm not vegan. I'm not trying it.
But I'm also making banana pudding, you guys. And I'm making yellow cake, pound cake, bundt cake with chocolate icing.
Okay.
So, yeah. We might have to throw something else in there. Yeah. But
I trained 364 days for this moment. I'm ready. I'm going all the way in. I don't know how many places I'm going to get, but I know it's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm beyond ready. That's why I think us, because usually I feel like I'm always on edge for these times, because we're constantly cooking and all day. We can't really enjoy the day. So I feel like with us just, prepping and getting things done early so that we still have the day to actually
enjoy each other's time.
Right. I think that would be the best thing about what we're.
You know what I don't understand? And I see this every year, and I've been seeing this on social media a lot this year. Why do people starve themselves leading up till Thanksgiving?
I was just talking about this with my mom.
I saw people just say, I'm only juicing this rest of this week until Thanksgiving. It's why do people starve themselves?
So I'm not going to starve myself the whole week.
I would never
do that. But the whole day, she was like, oh, do you eat breakfast for Thanksgiving? I guess that was a question posed on something on social media. I don't want breakfast on Thanksgiving.
Why?
I feel because especially when you're in the kitchen cooking and you start so early cooking, you're actually picking at the foods, tasting it, taste testing stuff.
No discipline.
So,
but you do more than taste testing. You do more than taste testing. Come on.
But either way, it's you're not really thinking oh, I want to sit down and actually have lunch, or I want to have breakfast, because you're surrounded by all this foods and you're trying different things. So that's kind of why I always passed over it and was just okay, I'm just ready for the meal. Just give me the meal. Whereas
do you think that if you eat breakfast or lunch that you'll be too full to eat? Because I hear a lot of people say that oh, I'm not eating breakfast because I want to be able to eat a bunch of the Thanksgiving food. But let me throw in my athlete hat. If you eat breakfast, it actually helps you because it gets your metabolism going,
Okay.
burning food, so that you'll be able to eat more as long as you eat like a light, healthy breakfast.
Get you a granola bar.
No. Get you some egg whites,
Nobody want that.
Some Ezekiel bread.
Nobody want that.
Listen to me. I'm trying to help y'all. We're going to get your metabolism going, so when it's time to really throw down, you won't get full, because a lot of times if you wait all day and then you just pack stuff on your plate and then you eat, you get full and you like, damn, like I planned all week for this and I'm full off of one plate. Yeah. It's because you're not eating right in the beginning. So listen, I'm going to teach you. Eat something light, low in carbs, low in fat, just to get that metabolism burning, and then you'll be good to go when it's time to eat.
Sounds good.
Don't say I never did nothing for y'all.
So today's episode, you guys, we wanted to make it fun and lighthearted because it is, the holidays tomorrow. We are discussing meeting the parents for the first time. Okay.
Yeah. I think this would be a good one, because I think around the holiday season, if you're in a new relationship, this is around the time that you may be meeting your significant other parents for the first time. And, this might be for some of y'all the moment you realize he doesn't want you to meet his parents, or she doesn't want you to meet the parents. So
hopefully they do.
Yeah, hopefully they do. But do you remember, no, for you, before we jump into that, I ask you, do you remember when you met my parents? For a woman, what does it mean when she introduces, excuse me. What does it mean when she introduces her partner to her parents? And how big is their perception of your partner and you moving forward with that person?
So for me personally, I think it's a pretty big deal, because I don't necessarily, or I didn't just take anybody to meet your parents, right? Because it's like, kind of like with you having a child, you don't want to necessarily have everyone meeting your child if you're dating someone else, right?
Right.
So it's like the same thing. Like, you don't want to just bring anyone around your family members or whatever and get to meet people, because it's just like you can be out the door tomorrow. And
that's how you throwing them out like that?
I'm just saying, you never know the situation, so you want to make sure
to the left.
You want to make sure you're actually serious with that person. You see potential and y'all are progressing before you introduce them to your family members. That's how I feel. So I think it's a big deal. It's a big step. And for me, as far as like their approval or their thoughts, I think it's somewhat of a big deal, but it's not like going to be detrimental,
Yeah.
Because ultimately, it's, if you like that person, if you love that person, you want to be with them, you're seeing qualities within them that are drawn to them. Right. So it's not like, oh, my parents like, I don't know about this one, and it's just like you out the door, right? Because you still got to get to know that person. You got to see what it is, and they got to get to know them. It's only their first time meeting them. Yeah. So you can keep it in mind, like, they might picked up on something that I didn't necessarily notice. Let me keep it in the back of my mind so I can double check and make sure it ain't a red flag or something going on. But I don't think it's like detrimental, like, oh no, it's over.
As a woman, which parent's opinion means more about your partner?
Which means more? I feel like it's kind of equal, but I feel like it's very different with the opinion from my dad, from a woman bringing a man to meet your dad. You
How
know
so?
What I mean? Just because it's just like, for most women, they look, depending on your relationship with your dad or what you see or how he's perceived, like he's a man, right? So he knows male tendencies, what men do, how men act, how they treat women. So he can kind of decipher like, oh, I can see he up to something, or he putting on a front. You know what I mean? They can kind of read through it. So I feel like just getting their opinion and their advice from them, just like getting to meet a guy and their overall perception of him, is really important. Because, moms would be like, oh, he's sweet. I like him.
Right.
And dad would be like, oh, no, he no good.
Yeah.
So I just think for my own opinion, I feel like just hearing what my dad has to say or how he looks at the guy, what he senses, is big.
Yeah. I think for me, I think that is, I'm kind of leaning towards what you say. Like, I think it's important, like, if I see a future with somebody, because I've only had 2 girlfriends my whole life and only 2 women have been introduced to my parents. So I think that it's very important to, when you see a future, when you get into that stage, to introduce your significant other to your parent. But like you said, I feel like I want them to like I wanted them to like you, but it wasn't like the deciding factor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a relationship is between two people. And if I see qualities in you that I love, then that's all I need. But I think that hearing their opinion is very important, because sometimes when you're in love and you're inside of that fight, that love, it's hard to see what's really going on. But somebody outside of it can see things that you may not see. So if they bring things up, I think it's my job to decipher between what's facts and what's feelings. Because, you know, your parents may feel some way towards you for their own biases or something they may have went through in their life, or certain triggers that they have in their life. So I think it's very important to hear them out, but then I have to decide what's facts and what's feelings. And if I want to continue to move forward, then that's what I'm going to do. But I would hope that I had my parents' blessing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I was looking for their blessing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't want there to be no drama when I bring you home for Thanksgiving or Christmas, that y'all sitting across the table just looking at each other all crazy.
Yeah. So what do you think? How was your experience the first time meeting my parents?
I really remember the first time I met your dad. And you know, for me, when we took that step to, you like, well, I think I came to you and said I wanted to meet your dad. Or did you tell me you wanted? Do you remember? Probably not. Somehow I ended up in front of him.
Yeah.
And normally I wouldn't, if I didn't see a real future with you, then like many men, like we saw on the newsroom show, that he kept making up excuses like, oh, tell them I have to work late or something. Like he didn't want to meet her parents. Then I would make up excuses of why I can't meet your parents back then, because I wasn't really as straightforward. You know, I played a lot of games where I didn't just come out and say, you know what, I don't see a future with you. I don't know if it's the right time to meet your parents.
Right.
Maybe that's later down the road. I would have came up with excuses. But I was all for meeting your parents because, you know, I fell for you and I saw the future with you. And I wanted to see what you came from, who you came from, what kind of, you know, role models did you have growing up? Where did you get your qualities from? Where did you get your beauty from? You know, meeting your mom, of course. So I wanted to see that. I wanted to see your lineage. So for me, it was very important to make a good impression on your dad and your mom, because I know how much that meant to you. But I think one thing that I didn't want to do is put on the front. I know that your family may have had, you know, thoughts about the type of person I am, or I was, because I was a professional athlete, and everybody already has up in their mind how professional athletes are. You know, they get a lot of girls, they cocky.
He ain't no good.
Yeah, he ain't no good. So I just wanted to put a good impression, especially on your dad, and let him know, like, I'm not perfect, but I ain't everything you think that I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? So us being able to go out and eat together, and just sit down and talk, and tell him, you know, where I came from, my beliefs, my values as a man, and hear some of, you know, his values as a man and some of the values that he instilled in you was pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it was interesting for me meeting your parents for the first time.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like I can't even speak for everyone, but I feel like for me, like, it's like very nerve-wracking meeting someone's parents.
Yeah.
Especially like a guy's mom.
Oh yeah.
Like,
my mom don't play.
Oh my goodness.
She ain't got no filter. And then she real protective over her baby because he just made it to the league.
Right. So it's like, especially like the moms that like are very like overprotective and just like, who is this? Ain't no female just about to be coming in here trying to, you know. So it was definitely nerve-wracking. I feel like just meeting, you know, someone's parents, because you just don't know what to expect.
What did it mean for you when I said I wanted you to meet my parents? Because unfortunately, a lot of men, some women don't get that opportunity to meet their partner's parents for whatever reason it may be. What does it mean when a man says, I want you to meet my parents? What does that mean to a woman?
I feel like it kind of solidifies that, you know, we're going in the right direction, that he's actually into you, and looking at you as more than just
a booty call.
Yeah.
Fun.
Like just fun, a fling, something to do.
Yeah.
That he's actually interested in getting to know you and seeing where it goes. I think that's kind of what it does for anybody that would say, "Oh, I want you to meet my parents." Like, okay, it's taking it to the next level. Like, we're serious. He's taking me serious. She's taking me serious. Like, we're getting introduced to each other's family. Because that's for most people, that's a huge part of who they are.
Yeah.
So just letting them into that world to get to know, like you said, who they are, where they came from, and sharing that with somebody is a very intimate thing for a lot of people.
So do you come up with a game plan, like when you get the play call? Like, all right, I'm about to meet his parents this weekend. Do you be like, come up with a game plan? Okay, like I'm going to work on the mom. I'm going to try to build a connection with the mom, or I'm going to work on the dad. Or does it depend on your partner's relationship, who you're going to put the focus on?
Okay.
Or do you just go into it blindfolded?
So honestly, I'm going to tell you like this.
Oh, you laughing, so you about to say something.
So listen, no, because I kind of like checked out. Well, I had seen your mom before I actually like met her. But so I was just like, mind y'all, for y'all that know my history of being a hairstylist, I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna win her over because I'm gonna do her hair and we're gonna talk, and she gonna love her hair. We're gonna have a great conversation, and this is how I'm gonna like get in there. I literally had that conversation. I think I might have had it with my mom or something.
Did you look at her? Like Facebook, Instagram, like what made you say I'm gonna work on her hair? How did you know her hair was that important to her?
Well, I mean, I had seen pictures of her.
Yeah.
And so I just know as a woman, like, most women love getting their hair done. Right. So, I mean, her hair seemed to be done all the time. So, of course, she got it done. So I'm just like, okay, it's just a natural thing. I'm a hairstylist. If she trusts me enough.
Yeah, to touch her hair.
Get in her hair. Yeah. And then I do it and she loves it. Like, we're good. We're bonding. We're creating something. So I was just like, yeah, that's going to be my game plan with your mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you have one with my dad or not?
Not necessarily. I feel like I was just like more so like, okay, just being myself, just like getting to know him, trying to see. Because I feel like you always talk so much like highly of your dad. So it was just like, just talking to him as if I was like knowing him already. Like, oh yeah, Devin told me this. And oh, you into this, So I think it was more so that approach of getting to know your dad.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you met them?
Very vaguely.
Okay, so I want to hear this is what we're going to do this episode, right? I want to hear how you feel the first time meeting my dad went. Mm-hmm. I want to get your side of the story, and then I want to actually call my dad and see how he felt the first time he met you, and see if those stories match up together. So tell me if you remember, because I know it was a long time. It was like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So tell me what you remember about meeting my dad for the first time.
Okay, so meeting your dad, so the first thing I felt or like remember was his appearance. Because I was like, oh, he must be like the cool dad. He had some braids, his little lounge, laid back, cool vibe. And I was just like, oh, okay, he's easygoing, And his personality, like your dad, like he's very like
deceptive.
He said deceptive. You always say that.
No, because everybody that meets my dad be like, he's like really cool, really down to earth, which he is. But my dad also has that little switch. Like he's cool. If you don't do him wrong, don't do him wrong.
Get on his bad side.
Yeah, and he cool. But if you do him wrong, then you're gonna see a totally different side of him. And I think that's where I got my personality from. Like I'm real laid back, cool. If you ever met me and we had a good interaction, like you would feel the good energy, the good vibes, but when you step over a certain line, it's like you're going to get a completely different side of me.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I just felt like your dad just had this energy and aura. Like it's almost like you had already known him. Like it's very easy to talk to him. He gets along and able to talk to pretty much anybody that he meets. Like so it was very like easygoing. Like it felt like I had known him for a while. It wasn't like, oh, I'm so like timid. Like like he's about to interrogate me. But I remember that initially. I remember going to his house. To meet him. But yeah, like I don't remember too much of the details. I feel like because like it wasn't so much of a memorable moment like with your mom.
Nothing crazy happened.
Yeah, like nothing crazy happened. So I can't give you the whole scenario. I can give you the whole scenario about when I met your mom. But yeah.
What happened when you met my mom?
I just remember when we had like I had seen her before.
Yeah.
But like officially like meeting her and being around her was Christmas.
When y'all came out to Cincinnati?
Yeah, we came out to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Which was already, to me, I was super uneasy about it because I'm like, we just started like dating, talking or whatever. And I'm about to be with his family for
laying
Christmas.
in my bed.
And oh my God, right. And I'm like meeting his mom and she gonna like, oh, who is this woman that I just met today? And now she laid up with my son and all this other stuff. Like, and I'm just like, this is so nerve-wracking. Like, why? So I met her and like she was like pretty cool at first. Like, you know, she was giving her energy and I feel like it was crazy because we always say our moms act alike. Like
exactly alike.
They act crazy. Too much alike. So like they like, you know, you meet them. Oh, hey, how you doing, sweetie? But they don't have no filter. And they switch like how his dad said your switch can turn on, but it's like you really have to do something. They switch turn on.
You don't even need to turn the switch.
You lightly bump into and they switch is on, honey, okay?
Clap on.
Okay? Like anybody can clap on that switch.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was like we were in the car and I think we were going to get your dad actually from the airport. And you was like, oh, go with my mom and my sister to go pick up my dad from the airport. And I'm like, no.
But I didn't want you to be by your side. I think I had to go to the stadium to do something.
Yeah, and I was like, no, why would he offer that? Like, no, I'll stay here.
I wasn't ready.
No. So I go with them and like everything's kind of cool, but like his mom was getting irritated because their dad was taking too long in the airport or something. She's calling. He's not answering the phone. So his sister getting cursed out in the back. And like she's cursing out.
What was she like?
Like she was like, I can't even say.
Call your dad. Call your dad. He ain't answering the motherfucking phone.
And like going off. And mind you, I'm sitting in the front seat with her, and I'm just like sitting there, like, oh my goodness, like
trying not to react.
Don't snap on me, please. Like
I don't even know his dad.
Like, oh my goodness. So yeah, like that was very interesting, but it was a good time.
How do you think my dad's perception of you after meeting you, how do you think he thought about you? Because we all have those talks where we sit down, he tells me what he thinks about you. How do you think he talked about you?
Oh, he loved me.
You sure about that?
I will hope he enjoyed my presence and it was a good impression. We should find out. Let's find out.
You don't want me to just tell you how he felt?
I want to hear from him.
All right, go ahead. Call him. Let's see if he available. Because he'd be out here in these streets. Dad, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So we got a little question for you.
All right, shoot away.
All right, go ahead, Asha. No, in fact, I'll take it away. Okay. So right now we live on the podcast, and we're talking about meeting the parents for the first time. And Asha just gave her story about what she remembers the first time y'all met. And we want to see if it matches what you thought about her. So what did you think, or do you remember the first time you met her, and what did you think about her?
Well, the first time that I met Asha, we was at your draft party picnic that we had in the park. It was like a brief meeting, though.
Yeah. The draft party picnic.
It's kind of
dun dun dun.
But
that was serious.
It was kind of weird though because I was kind of fearful for you.
Why?
I don't know if Asha knows this, but
oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was like 3 other girls besides Asha and myself.
See, so those are the days where I was just a loose cannon.
Yeah.
I outgrew that, but during that time I was, trying to be like Bill Bellamy on how to be a player, and I had, more than one woman at my barbecue and people didn't know.
But I'll give you a disclaimer, or I'll give you a pass because
it was only 2 months in.
Yeah, we only had known each other for like maybe 2 months. So
yeah, I thought it was going to be a class on how to be a running back instead of a DN.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I was tripping. I'll never do nothing like that again, obviously.
And clearly.
But I knew when he brought her around to the house the next time that she was a keeper for him. So
See?
What about her made you think that she was a keeper? Was she acting shy?
yeah, at first, but then Asha's herself. That's what I like about her most. She's real.
Real one.
Why
Yeah.
you smiling so hard? That's not what he told me after he met you. So I don't know about
Yes,
her,
I
son.
did. Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness.
All
And
right.
turns out I was right because now she's your wife.
Exactly.
Okay. So I guess y'all had a similar story then.
Yeah. I said I feel like it was very light. Like it was an easygoing conversation. It wasn't like too intense.
Yeah.
You know, nothing forced. It was just we just met.
Okay. All right. That's all we wanted to know.
All right.
All right.
Y'all have a good one. I love y'all.
All right. Love you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so he agreed with you.
Exactly.
Y'all had a good rendezvous for the first time.
A rendezvous.
Yeah, throwing out big words.
Change the word. Rendezvous sounds like something else.
All right. So, what did your dad think about me?
I don't know. I mean, we on the verge of calling. We should ask him.
Yeah. Hold on. Before we call him too, for me, what was big for me, just meet your parents, is allowing them to see the person under the helmet. Because a lot of times when you meet people, they be starstruck and they just want to, talk about what it's like playing D1 football, what it's like playing in the NFL, that they don't really get past just the surface questions.
Right.
So I remember just meeting your dad, I wanted to talk about things outside of football. Obviously, I wanted to answer the questions he had about football, but I wanted him to get to know me for me. And I think I made a good impression on him. Unless I'm just blind, I couldn't really see that he was seeing through me, I guess. But I'll be interested to hear what your dad honestly thought about me, because I felt like I made a good impression.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he ain't say nothing. Maybe because I'm swole. You know what I mean? It's like, nah.
Well, let's see. Let's ask him and see. He's a character, so.
My dad real cool. Her dad real deep. So get ready, y'all. He about to go in. Come on, Dad. What you doing?
Yes.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, baby.
All right. So we're doing the podcast and we're basically talking about the first time meeting each other's parents. So what was your first impression like meeting Devin? Like, how do you think it went?
Everything was cool when he came up and y'all were already in the restaurant, weren't you? Or did you meet me outside? I can't remember that part.
I don't know. I think we was inside.
Y'all were already inside. So when I came in, he was sitting down, so I didn't know how big he was. That was one thing. Because as a dad, you got to size him up. I don't know, where I got to hit him at if something go wrong. So that was my first thought, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I was like, all right, when I watched y'all sit back and never seen you googly eyed before, so I said, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I had that effect.
Yeah, you was a little googly. I got to be honest. Well, see, I didn't know Devin. That would be for his mom and dad to say how he was.
Right.
I can only tell how my child was.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, everything was cool. We sat back. Y'all was talking about working out and making sure each other watch your weight and things like that. So I thought that was cute. I thought that was something where you're looking out for each other already. And then I think that's when the birthdays came into play for the first time.
Oh, yeah,
and found out y'all was both born the same day. So I thought that was interesting.
Did you already have a thought of what I would be like based off of me being an athlete?
Nah.
So you came into the meet. You came into the meet with a clear mind.
Yeah. I'm not the type of person where I'm gonna judge you for the reason that I know my daughter. So therefore, I know that she's not, gonna just introduce me to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, you're the first person she ever officially introduced me to.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the first person she's ever officially introduced me to, as far as Dad, I want you to meet him, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, nobody. That's never happened. So I raised him well. You know what I mean? So I know what's going on there.
Yeah, I give you credit for that.
See.
Yeah, matter of fact. Yeah, I'll give you my account number also. I don't want credit. I'll take care.
All right, so he made a good first impression.
Yeah. Nah, he was chill. He's laid back. You know, he was on his P's and Q's. Come on, let's be for real. You know, honestly, he was trying to be cool the whole time because he kind of was trying to lean back.
Oh, that's not something I tried. That come natural.
I know you now,
It's in my
Devin.
blood.
Relax. Hey, Ash, I know him now. Relax. Ash, he was trying to be cool. because now, you know, I done smacked him around on the basketball court a couple times.
Here we
Oh,
bowling.
Here
You know what I mean? So,
listen
what do you want me to
y'all.
say?
He didn't smack me around on the basketball court. He jumped on my back. He literally jumped on my back because I was beating him.
Just in case he tries to have a 5-second delay, I just wanted to make sure the truth got out there because I know how
jumped on my back.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, this conversation can go totally left. So we're gonna call you back after we finish, though. But at least we know that you left a good impression on him.
Yeah, definitely a good impression. As a matter of fact, just for the record, Devin can even tell you when he called, he didn't even give me a chance to say, you know, can I marry your daughter? I just straight up and said, I have no problem with it. Absolutely.
See?
And he was like, how'd you know? Because I'd already felt it. I already seen it.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yes. All right.
Love you.
Love you guys. Talk to you guys
too.
later. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So it seems like we both passed the test.
Yeah.
And our dads didn't say nothing crazy. We strategically called our dads because our moms.
Our moms is gonna go in.
They gonna go all the way left. So, man, that's good to know that, you know, we both made a good impression. Because like I said, it was important for me to just show your family the type of man that I was. To let them know that, you know what, your daughter is in good hands. I'm going to take care of her the same way that you would take care of her. And I'm always have her best interests at heart. So just to hear that your dad, you know, felt that and received that energy while the first time we met it's pretty dope to hear.
Yeah. So what do you think, like, how do you feel, or like what advice can you give to the viewers when meeting the parents for the first time? Or meeting family. It don't even necessarily have to be your parents, but like just whoever you feel is important to you.
Yeah, I think like when it's a woman, you know, meeting the man's family, the parents, I think to do what you did, or even a man. So I don't even mean to say a woman, but when you're meeting your significant others, parents, I think it's very important to do your research. Like you did, you basically researched. My mom knew, okay, she like getting her hair done. I'm a hairstylist. I'm gonna do her hair to try to bond with her, right? So y'all found, you found a connection that you guys could share to really break down the walls and really open up with each other. I think the same thing goes with men. Like find out about the mom. Maybe she likes a certain type of flowers, or she likes a certain type of wine or candy. You meet her for the first time. Bring that over there, or maybe the dad likes a certain type of cigars or liquor or something. Just let them know that, okay, I did my due diligence. I cared enough about your daughter or your son to actually find out who her parents are and what they like, and I made the effort to bring something to you to be like, hey, how you doing, Mom? How you doing, Dad? You know what I mean? So I think just doing your research and doing something nice to just start off on the right foot is important.
Yeah, I think that's important too. I also think it's like really important to just be yourself.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people try to, you know, go into situations where they meet whoever, family members, friends for the first time, and it's just like you're trying to put so much pressure on being so perfect or being something that you're not, and it's perceived, and then people might not like who you are because it's like, oh, they seem like they're being fake, or it's forced. Like, be yourself, be genuine to who you are. If someone likes you, loves you, great. If they don't, then you can work on them, hopefully.
Yeah.
But just be genuine, be yourself. You know, I think that's the biggest thing, because it shouldn't feel forced, and you shouldn't have to feel like you're pretending. You know, you want them to love you for who you are. So
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
I think another thing is too, the first time you meet the parents, like, don't talk politics. You know, a lot of times at, you know, get-togethers, you want to talk politics or something like that. But I think it's kind of tough, you know, to dive into that that type of topic because a lot of people, you know, they have their own different beliefs and you don't want to start off on the wrong foot with them. So I think that you should only talk about light topics, like talk about yourself, like give them a chance to get to know you, listen to them, find out about their background, their history before you jump into, you know, those tough topics that may just turn the whole night left.
Yeah. Definitely getting to know them and asking questions. I feel like that's a big one because literally most of the time they want to talk your ear off and want to tell about their life story and, you know, everything that they did and go down the list of what your significant other was like as a baby and all these other things, right? So I definitely think just, you know, letting them get to know you, but also getting to know them and asking questions so that the conversation is just like it carries itself pretty much. I think that's really, you know, good to do. And just be respectful. Yeah. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, respect is the biggest thing for me when meeting someone's parents or having someone meet my parents, because some people can be, you know, sarcastic or a certain type of way. And although you may like it, although it may be funny, it's like it could be perceived as.
But you just said be yourself.
Be yourself, but be in a respectful manner. Like, you know, like the sarcasm is cool because, like you said, if you're a jokester or you're sarcastic, you know, it could be fine. They can like, oh, ha ha, he he. But as long as it's respectful, like don't be out of line.
Yeah. What do you think about being all touchy feely? Like, say that I'm meeting your parents and I'm all up on you, like, hey, how you doing, baby? I can't wait till we get home.
That just, I feel like it falls in line with respectful. I mean, we're grown, so if you're intimate and your spouse is...
What's too intimate with your partner?
If you're an affectionate person and your spouse is affectionate, like, I feel like, especially if you're grown, your parents are going to know how you are, right? They're going to know who you are, so they should know that you're an affectionate person or you like to be affectionate. And if they don't, then, like I said, you're grown. So you being...
When my daughters get older, her man, whatever man they bring, they better not be all kissing on my...
It's fine as long as it's not like you're just going overboard. Like if you're grabbing my behind or just being all extra, and like I said, fall in line of not being respectful, especially if you're meeting someone's parents for the first time, it's just like, okay, you're doing way too much, sir. Yeah. Like, let's get it together. But I don't see nothing wrong with being, you know, somewhat affectionate. Like, no.
Do you think the woman should impress the mom by making her son's plate?
I don't know.
Or do you think the mom pays attention to that to see if the woman gets up to try to make her son's plate?
Some may.
I've heard people talk about that before.
But I feel like it depends on the
or some moms get jealous. Like,
yeah, some moms could be like, I make my baby's plate. You better sit down, go sit down, and I'll bring yours too while we at it. Or
so how do you know as a woman if you should do that?
I feel like you just kind of have to read, but like also stand, you know, stand up and be like, okay, if that's the role that you're playing and if that's what you want to do, if
you in my house.
But if that's what y'all used to, like you're a grown woman, you know, you're getting to meet someone, you're not a child. So it's a certain level of respect that you have to give, but it's also a level of respect that the parents should be giving to you as well, because we're all adults. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you feel like, oh, if the mom is like, oh no, I'll make the plate. Okay, respectfully, that's fine. Yeah. You know, I'll just make my plate. But, you know, it just depends on the mood, the room, how the mom is, you know.
You got any other tips?
Just enjoy their company, you know. Like we said, we're talking about the holiday season, whether it be Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever other holidays, Kwanzaa, you know, any holidays that you celebrate. It doesn't have to be specific to just Thanksgiving, but if you're meeting someone's parents around the holiday season or their family member or friends, you know, just enjoy that time with them. Yeah. Enjoy your time and getting to know new people and getting to know your spouse, your significant other, family, friends, and just be yourself. Just have a good time.
Yeah, I think like you said, it is a big deal to meet your partner's parents for the first time, but don't put so much pressure on yourself. Like, enjoy the moment, have fun, be yourself, and just let it just be natural. Yeah. And if you mess up, no, it's not the end of the world, right? Because at the end of the day, a relationship is between two people. So as long as that, you know, you both love each other, that's all that really matters. Of course, you want to do your best to try to impress the family or, you know, have the blessing of the family. But at the end of the day, it's between two people, and y'all should just focus on that relationship. And as long as you're pouring into that relationship, their parents are going to see it. Yeah. Like, you can't hide real love. You can't hide real affection. Like, if you're putting, you know, time and effort into your relationship, other people will see it and they will welcome you with open arms.
Yeah. Wait, while we were at it,
oh gosh, I thought we was about to wrap it up.
But this just crossed my mind, and it's hilarious, I think, to hear your opinion. But do you think, like, okay, with it being Thanksgiving tomorrow, if you're meeting someone's family, that you should bring a dish or something with you? Like, say you bring a dish and you may be like unsure about how your dish tastes, and you take it to the family, and they're like, like, do you bring a dish?
No. I think you play it safe and you bring a bottle of wine or something.
Okay, something.
Yeah, a pack of beer for something, so that you don't blame it on yourself. You blame it on whoever you bought the beer or something from. But stay away from the food. Right. All right, y'all not that cool yet. They might hurt your feelings. Especially ladies, you bring over a dish and then a mom tastes it and she start comparing and y'all might start getting to arguing. Okay. And no, I wouldn't start off like that.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you guys don't bring a dish. Bring the finest bottle of wine.
Let's say my mom likes cooking mac and cheese, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say you bring over your mac and cheese and then you put it up there, and then when you go to make my plate, you don't even use her mac and cheese. You use your own mac and cheese. And my mom watching you the whole time. How you think she gonna feel? Like, that's just wrong. Leave the dishes at home. Do not listen to Asha.
Okay. It was just a question.
Nah, that'll be bad, bro. That'll be bad.
Okay.
This should be sitting up. Which one he liked the most? Sitting there staring like, I know she didn't. No, he did not taste hers first.
You see, yeah, we don't want no problems. We just want it to be easygoing. So yes, don't leave the dishes at home. Bring yourself. Bring some wine. Bring some rolls. Something light. Yeah, right?
We embrace love. We ain't trying to cause too many problems in your relationship.
Okay. Yes. So you guys, we hope you enjoy this episode. Yep. Like we said, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. If you celebrate it, happy Thanksgiving, Family Feast Day. Enjoy your day with your family. Enjoy the holidays. Until next time, you guys, keep it real.
Yes, sir.